Hi, Tim from Berger-Bros Camera, Long Island's premier camera store since 1951. What I'm holding here today is Olympus's brand new OMD EM5 Mark II, successor to the original OMD EM5, and a long line of OMD cameras, which proved very highly successful, very well done with the grip, also micro four thirds system, as well as the OMD system. A little bit of similarities between the OM5 and the Mark II is same 16 megapixel sensor, micro four thirds, which you can choose from any of the Olympus micro four thirds lenses. Huge choice of lenses for this camera. Differences, big difference. We now have a high shutter speed of up to 1/16,000th of a second in a certain burst mode. We also have, it's a little chunkier grip, so those who like the EM1 might like the EM5 Mark II. Little chunkier. Another difference between the EM5 and the EM5 Mark II is we now have a fully articulating screen. And for video, this is really a must. And speaking of video, they've improved the video section on this over the original EM5 by a lot. We now have 6 different frame rates to choose from, up to 60 FPS, frames per second. What that means is we get a much smoother looking video in the full HD mode. Another difference between this camera is fully weatherproof, fully freeze-proof. So now they've added another feature to the camera which is actually freeze-proof, where the previous EM5 was not. Another big difference between this camera and the original EM5. EM5 Mark II, we can actually make it a 40 megapixel camera. We can get an 8 burst shot, compile those shots to get a 40 megapixel camera. It is really a big file size to come out of this little micro four thirds sensor. Again, big difference in the EM5 Mark II over the EM5, long lineage of OMD series. We also incorporated in the new EM5 II is a 5-axis stabilization system. No other camera has that in this category. Along with the articulating screen, the EM5 Mark II has an over a 2 million dot resolution viewfinder. So the viewfinder is a much higher resolution, much finer grain. That way, in a low light situation, you can pick up more detail looking through the viewfinder, as well as using the screen. So to wrap up, Olympus's OMD EM5 Mark II, greatly improved over the original OMD EM5 with huge features such as 40 megapixel capability, weatherproof, freeze-proof, a 5-axis image stabilization control, 1/16,000th of a second highest shutter speed in a certain setting in this camera. There it is. And thanks for watching.